Per annum, we consume an immense amount of energy to allow our phones to charge, car to drive. Therefore, it is certain that energy is very important for our lives. But at this moment, energy is running out. So we need to make use of all the energies obtainable on Earth. Each source has different advantages and disadvantages. Here are our energies. Today I have with me some of the best professors who study with me at the University of Cambridge. I would like to introduce you to Professor Keishi Onitsuga.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Hi.
He will talk to us about the concept of electricity energy.
Good morning, people. Right, so as told you, I'm going to be talking about fuel for electricity. Well, we can generate electricity by burning fossil fuels. You may be wondering where fossil fuels came from. Well, they are formed from remains of living organisms many years ago, and they are non-renewable.
Okay, how about the advantages of fossil fuels?
Well, it's cheap and it's easy to obtain, but it's for the time being. So, over time, it might be more expensive.
Oh, I see. So there are also disadvantages to fossil fuels as well.
Yeah, so the disadvantage is that it's a scarce resource. And some fossil fuels like coal and oil, they release sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, which contributes to acid rain and breathing problems to some people. And fossil fuels also release CO2 into the atmosphere, which contributes to global warming when burned.
You give us some examples of fossil fuels we use in everyday life?
Well, we use oil to cook, and we use coal to burn to generate electricity in power stations. And so here are some examples of power stations. So we have coal-fired, oil-fired, and we have biofuel power stations. And in any device, there will be useful energy and wasteful energy. So the useful energy will be called energy efficient. So to calculate the amount of useful energy, we can just take the amount of useful energy and divide it by the energy supplied to the device, and you times it by 100% to get the amount of energy which is efficiently used.
Thank you.
No problem.
Such an honor having you here.
Thank you.
Now we'll be meeting with Professor Jirat Shakan Vijay. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Been a long time since we met. So
Yeah.
we will be talking
Yeah.
about hydroelectricity, eh? What is hydroelectricity?
Well, hydroelectricity is an electricity generated by hydropower from the use of gravitational force of falling or flowing of water.
Cool. I see you have a model right here.
Yes, I have.
Show me how it works.
So let's pretend this is a dam. So the water high up behind the dam contains gravitational potential energy. It then transfers to kinetic energy as the water rushes down through tubes inside the dam. The water flow drives turbine that turn electricity generator at the foot of the hill.
Do you have are there any advantages and disadvantages to this method?
Well, one of the advantage is obviously water is a renewable energy resource, and it does not produce greenhouse gases, and there's no fuel cost.
How about disadvantages?
Well, the hydroelectricity dams can flood farmland and can push people from their homeland, and also the rotting vegetation underwater can release methane, which is one of the greenhouse gas.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Safe back to Iraq. After the amazing insight on hydroelectricity by Professor Jirat, now we're going to meet with the one and only Professor Ngao Lei.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Long time.
Yes.
So we're talking about wind and water energy, right?
Yes.
So what is it?
Today I'm going to talk about wind energy. The energy is collected by the wind turbine, which is electricity generator will be at the top of the wind turbine, and the generator is driven by the force of the wind on its blades.
Cool. So there's some advantages and disadvantages to this.
Yes, but first of all, there is a relationship that the power generated will be increased as the wind speed increases. So the benefits are that wind turbines do not emit greenhouse gases and do not cause air pollution or noise pollution. But however, it's unreliable since sometimes the wind doesn't come easily and it doesn't blow. So therefore, it can produce electricity.
So how does this actually work? You talk about wave energy, right?
Yes. So the wave energy, the wave generator uses the motion of wave to make a floating section move up and down. The motion drives a turbine which turns a generator. A cable between the generator and the shaft delivers electricity to local users or with a network of cables.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Oh, God.
Wake up!
This is my break time. What do you want from me? Who are you?
You forgot about me?
Oh, Steve, the stupid one. Sup, Steve? What's your name? Steve Bucklow, right? Okay, so why are you here?
Talking about nuclear energy? You
For
told
what?
me yesterday for your documentary?
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, go on. Looks like I'm not ready yet, but yeah, go on.
So there are two types of process which will produce nuclear energy. It's called nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. First, let's talk about nuclear fission. So this is an industrial process where they will shoot a neutron, pew, boom,
Cool.
to an unstable atom. So for now, we'll use radon as an example. If the neutron hits this radon, it will split up into two other atoms called Ge and xenon. This process produces energy. There,
You mean germanium?
germanium.
Yeah, okay. So what's the advantages and disadvantages of nuclear energy?
Well, it releases 10,000 times more energy than fossil fuels and biofuel, and it also doesn't produce greenhouse gases. But there are also some cons, which the products made are usually radioactive, and this reaction is unstoppable. Now let's talk about nuclear fusion, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
So this usually happens in the stars, and it is the most efficient way to produce energy. So how it works is two protons collide to one another, producing one molecule. Usually it will be a hydrogen atom and a light atom. Even though we want to use this process to produce energy, we can't, because we need a lot of energy for these two protons to fuse together, since the repulsion of the same poles will cause the protons to repel. Yep. So unfortunately, we can't use this as a process to produce energy.
Anything else?
Nope.
Cool. Nice to meet you. Looks like we're done. We're wrapped for the documentary. See you guys.
So the water high up behind the dam
Yeah, you have a great sense of humor. Come on, show us how it works.
contains gravitational potential energy. Then it transfers kinetic energy as the water rushes down through two
After an amazing insight about hydroelectricity by Professor Girard, we'll be meeting with Professor Now Layan. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Great time, long time.
Yes.
So you'll be talking about wind energy.